regrowth a mixture. I've gotten a lot of requests and inquiries about how I make it. I did do a video showing you guys what I use and how I put it on, but I didn't show in that video how exactly I make it, like how much of each ingredient that I put in. So I'm going to show you guys today how I make it. I'm going to start off with the ingredients that I'm using. I use Megatek, the celery builder. And the Megatek, basically, it helps with cell regrowth, cell turnover, and it also serves as somewhat of a protein treatment. And I use castor oil. At one point I was using Jamaican black castor oil, but after doing some research I did find that they serve the same purpose. This is cheaper and easier to find, and for me, from my personal experience, they serve the exact same purpose. They do the same thing. I didn't notice any added benefit from using the Jamaican black castor oil that I wasn't getting from regular castor oil. So that's another ingredient. Next, I use emu oil. No particular brand. This is just the brand that I happened to find the last time I purchased some, but usually I get mine when I order my eucalyptus oil from Emu Ridge, which brings me to my next ingredient, eucalyptus oil. And really quick, I'm sorry, the castor oil helps work to thicken your hair strands, and it also helps your hair retain moisture. It serves a bunch of other purposes that I won't get into. Emu oil, it also helps to strengthen and thicken the hair strand, and it absorbs really well into your skin and your scalp. And the eucalyptus oil, it helps stimulate your hair follicles. It helps with elasticity. So when it's applied directly to your scalp, then that's where you get the most benefit from the eucalyptus oil. And the last ingredient that I use is sublimed sulfur. I ordered this from Amazon.com for, I think my total was less than $5 after shipping. And tools that I will be using. And no, I don't use a measuring cup. I'm using an 8-ounce applicator bottle. Teaspoons, I use a half a teaspoon. It's easier for me to use. And I use a funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I do, and like I said before, I do not use a measuring cup. I take my Megatek, shake it up to loosen it up. Take my bottle, and this is really simple. And I'm going to squeeze the Megatek into the bottle. Come on, Megatek. And I squeeze it in until I reach 4 ounces, which is the halfway mark. Okay. So I have approximately 4 ounces of Megatek in this bottle. Now, what I'm finding is that for me, as well as I've noticed for a lot of other people who've also documented their experiences and progress, is that with Megatek, it's best to use it diluted. And a lot of people are diluting it with oil. So this is my method of diluting it, as well as adding the sulfur to the mixture, because a lot of people are also using a sulfur mixture as a growth aid as well. And with the sublimed sulfur that's a powder form, you have to dilute it in oil. So what better way to mix the two than to take my Megatek that's diluted with oil and make it diluted with sulfur oil. So I have my Megatek. And I have my emu oil. The emu oil I'm going to use first because it's easier for me to do the measuring, because as you can see, it is a 4-ounce bottle and I just want to use 2 ounces. So I've already used 2 ounces of this before, and which is half of the bottle. So I know that there's 2 ounces left. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this bottle, which is 2 ounces, into my Megatek. There we go. 2 ounces, which, can y'all see that? Is about 3/4 of the bottle now. And you can actually see the difference between the two. But now I'm going to add my castor oil. Bam. I'm gonna add 2 ounces of castor oil as well. And this is a little bit tougher to measure. I'm just going to pour it in until it's almost at the top of the bottle. Whoop, I'm making a mess. There's my castor oil. As you can see, it's almost full now. Now here's where it gets tricky. I want to add my eucalyptus oil. Eucalyptus oil, only use a little tiny bit. Number one, the smell is really strong, and number two, if you use too much eucalyptus oil, it can make your scalp flaky and irritated and just downright ugly. So it can cause rashes, skin rashes. That's what happens when you use too much eucalyptus oil. So I'm just going to take enough to where I'm not even gonna fill the bottle up all the way. You see I'm just gonna fill it up to where it's still a little below this line. And that's it. Gosh, you guys, that's it. That's all the eucalyptus oil I use. So now I've got my diluted Megatek, and now I'm gonna add my sulfur, which is where the funnel comes along. Now, you've got to be careful not to put the funnel all the way in because it's going to hit the liquid and then it's going to be a big clumpy mess, which you don't want that, trust me. So I'm taking my sulfur, and the general rule of thumb is 1 heaping teaspoon of the sulfur powder per 8 ounces of oil. I don't have 8 ounces of oil, I have 4 ounces of oil, but I do have 8 ounces of my growth aid. So I'm still going to use 1 heaping teaspoon of the sulfur powder for this whole bottle. Still, you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna spread around the same amount of space. It's still basically the same dilution. It's 1 teaspoon for 8 ounces of my growth aid mixture. So I'm going to take half teaspoon increments because it's easier for me to work with, because if I use a whole teaspoon and try to put it in this little hole in the funnel, it gets stuck. So I'm going to use half teaspoon. My first half teaspoon, I'm gonna make it somewhat level. See? And you guys can't see this because I only have 2 hands, but I'm going to put my funnel just in the top of the bottle. And I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put the funnel in just like that to where it's barely in, not all the way down, because I don't want the tip of this funnel to touch that mixture. And then I'm going to put the half teaspoon in and shake it and let it fall in. And then I'm gonna take another half teaspoon, but my second one is gonna be heaping. So I'll go ahead and start. So there's my first half teaspoon, I'm gonna put that in. And my second half teaspoon, this one's gonna be heaping. Heaping. Now, any mess you might have made, anything that might have spilled, I'm cleaning it up with some tissue. This is it. I've put the sulfur in. You can't really, it's in there. And so I'm gonna put my top back on. If you have a cap for your bottle, then that works well too, but I just hold my finger on it and I shake it like this first to make sure the sulfur and everything falls down, and you can kind of see it right there. And then I shake vigorously. You can see it's already starting to turn a yellowish color. But I shake this a lot, and I may let it sit and kind of tap the bottle, untwist the top a little so that it will come out of the nozzle, and twist it back. Shake it some more. And sometimes I'll even let it sit for a couple of hours and come back and shake it again. And before I use it, I shake it. I shake it while I'm using it. After I apply it to each part of my hair, go back and shake it some more, because you want to make sure not only that the oils and Megatek are mixed, but that sulfur, it might clump up. You want to make sure that's mixed in as well. And another way to make this, you can mix your oils together first, add the sulfur and shake that up, and then pour that whole mixture in with the Megatek. So this is my growth aid mixture. What I'm going to do to thank you guys for even watching my video today is I'm going to be giving away a 4-ounce bottle of this mixture for someone to try, because you know it is expensive to buy all of these ingredients on your own just to test them out and see if they work on your hair. So I'm going to be giving away a 4-ounce bottle of this growth aid mixture. And let's see, I think I will give it away to my first subscriber. You have to be a subscriber, you have to be a friend on my YouTube page, you have to like my new Bossy Wigs Facebook page, and I'm not gonna throw Twitter in because everybody's not on Twitter, so, but add me as a friend on Facebook, Miss Bossy Live, and like my Bossy Wigs Facebook page. You must be a subscriber, and you must leave me a comment below and let me know why you feel that you should get the growth aid mixture. What is it that it's going to, how is it going to benefit you and your hair and your healthy hair journey? So let me know, and I'm going to pick randomly based on the comments and make sure everyone else has followed all of the rules and done all the stuff that I asked you guys to do. And then I'm going to just pick a name randomly, and that will be the person that gets 4 ounces of the growth aid mixture. So once again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.